Hello, 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 and welcome to the wonderful Wednesday broadcast of Miss Hope's Reading Hour. I'm sorry, you guys. I was checking to see if my microphone was on. Hello! So glad to be here with you this evening. It is a wonderful Wednesday. It is a wonderful Wednesday here in Philadelphia, but it is, or has been, a very hot, wonderful Wednesday. Oh my goodness, my friends. Woo! Hopefully, by the time school opens on the 31st, it will not be quite so hot, but it was steamy today, my friends, okay? It was a good day. It was a steamy day. Woo! I was like, oh my goodness, I need some water. Well, hopefully, my friends, you had a terrific Tuesday and a good beginning to your wonderful Wednesday, sucking all of the fun you can out of the week before school starts. So, are you ready for school? Hopefully you are. Hopefully you have all of your masks, okay? You have your hand sanitizer clipped to your backpack. You have all of your books and pencils and markers and color pencils and all that other awesome stuff. Okay? Hopefully you have all of those things. Remember, do not share your masks. Yes, someone may have a really cool mask on, okay? And yours may look really cool to them. But you don't swap them. No, no, no. We don't do that. You keep yours, they keep theirs. You tell them you think that theirs is cool. They tell you that they think yours is cool. And that's it. Okay? I was thinking about that today and I'm like, yeah, my friends, my young ones, my older young ones, they share a lot of stuff. But you got to make sure that you're not sharing those types of things, okay? Just a word for you all right? Do know that if you are already in school right now, there are many teachers and staff who love you guys so much that they have been planning many weeks in the summer for you to come back to school, just like my school is doing and all schools in the city of Philadelphia. They're putting up bulletin board paper and cool sayings and goodie bags and all this other stuff to make sure that when you come back to school, it will be the best school year ever. Okay, so today, since we are close to being back in school, it's still summer, it's still hot, you're still gonna want to go to the pool. You'll be able to do that on the weekend maybe, or after school, who knows. You'll want to do all that stuff, play outside and things, but we gotta get our minds ready for being back in school, okay? So, along with all of the math and reading and science and history and all of those things, we got to think about some other things too before we're about to go to school. And there are things that we need to think about every school year and really every day. And one of them is how we treat each other. So, the books that we read on Marvelous Monday, we started talking about that, right? But what we're going to talk about today is a word. It's not a big word, not a hard word. You can probably sound it out and spell it by yourself. It's the word kindness. We are going to read a couple books that will talk about how to be kind to your friends and people that you know or don't know, because there's some people that are going to be in your class that you've never met before, or you only saw them on the other side of a screen while we were doing virtual school. Or there's a new teacher that you're going to be going to their class and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like them or if they're going to like me. But one thing that kind of evens the playing field when we're getting to know new people or going into a new school year or a new class or anything new is when we are kind, no matter who we meet. So our first two books will be about kindness. And of course, it was hard. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it was hard, okay? But I did not read ahead in the Unteachables. I wanted to, but I did not. It was hard. I wanted to know what was gonna happen, okay? But I kept to my promise and I did not read ahead. So we will find out what is happening with this. Let me not get into it. Because see, when I get into it, I want to keep talking about it. And then I'm like, well, maybe we can read the book right now and then go back to the other books. No, it's not what we do here. Okay, we read our first two books, then we go to our chapter book. Okay, so friends, what we are going to do is read our first two books about kindness, then go to our chapter book, The Unteachables. I can't wait to find out what happens. Now, I do want to give a great big thank you to one of the teachers from my school who gifted me some books today. And when I go back to work tomorrow, I get to look through crates and crates and crates of books so I can get some more. I'm excited. Okay. So thank you so much, Miss Stoltzfus. Thank you so much. I can't wait to come back tomorrow and go through the books. I'm excited. Okay. But I got some good ones. You'll be seeing them soon. You'll be seeing them. Okay. But I'm excited. Anywho, let's get to the books, shall we? That we're going to read today. So this first book, I don't remember where I first saw it, but I didn't read it. I think I was in a class that read it. But when I read it, I was like, oh, this is such a great book. So we are going to read today. Our first book is called, wait a minute, do I want it to read this one first? I don't know. We'll see which one we're going to read first. So the first book is Have You Filled a Bucket Today? A guide to daily happiness for kids. Have you filled a bucket today? We will find out what that means. This book is by Carol McLeod, illustrated by David Messing. Have you filled a bucket today? All right. Our next book is called Kindness is My Superpower. This book is by Alicia Ortega, a children's book about empathy, kindness, and compassion. Kindness is my superpower. Did you know kindness could be a superpower? We will find out how it is. And of course, this is what we got left, y'all. This is it. This is it. This is what we got left of the Unteachables. It might take us to Fabulous Friday. We will see. Okay? But I gotta find out what happens. The Unteachables by Gordon Corman. Okay? Now, let us get to it. I think we will read Kindness is My Superpower first. Hello, Miss Brandy. Hello, all of you who are on and watching today. And hello to all of you who will watch later on, possibly. So glad that you are here on our wonderful Wednesday broadcast. All right. Kindness is My Superpower. A children's book about empathy, kindness, and compassion. by Alicia Ortega. Okay, let's see. Who is the publisher of this here book? Who's the publisher, I wonder? Oh, wait a minute. Is this a self-published book? Oh, it might be. I think this is a self-published book. Oh, how nice. I think we've only had a few self-published books. That means that you are the publisher. Did you know? You can be the writer and the publisher of your own book. My young ones, my older young ones, that could be you. You. Okay? All right, Kindness is My Superpower by Alicia Ortega. I'm Lucas, just an ordinary boy. And this is Teddy, my favorite toy. I like to eat sweets, jellies, and cakes, but sometimes I make some mistakes. Don't we all, Lucas? Don't we all? You see, yesterday, I was in a very bad mood. So sadly, I did something extremely rude. I teased my friend Lisa for wearing glasses. It made her cry for the rest of our classes. Wow. That was pretty rude there, Lucas. When I got home, I was greeted by my mom. I was sad to see her face looking glum. Honey, you made your friend Lisa cry. Hurting people's feelings is wrong. Do you know why? Excuse me. I wonder if he knows why. You should always be kind, dear mother said. I knew I'd done wrong, so I bowed my head. What does it mean to be kind? I implored. Mum hugged me tightly. When she did, my heart soared. Oh, he's about to find out what it means to be kind. Do you know what it means? If you don't, keep listening. Kindness is shown when you say a gentle word. Be kind to your sister and even a bird. You can be kind to someone who makes you mad. You can be kind to someone who is feeling sad. Be kind and respect those who are older than you. Show respect and kindness to younger ones too. Kindness is shown helping someone in need, and kindness is shown when you do a good deed. That is so true. So many ways for you to be kind. Uh-oh, turn too many pages. I ponder her words and couldn't sleep all night. I wanted to be kind and genuinely polite. So right then and there, without any warning, I decided to become very kind in the morning. Good job, Lucas. And in the morning, the first thing I'd do when Mum made me breakfast, I told her, thank you. Of course. Nice. I changed out of my pajamas, warm, soft, and red. I put away my toys and made my own bed. Oh, he was serious. I am going to be kind. On the bus, I behaved the best as could be, and even asked the new boy to sit next to me. Nice. At school, I helped him find his classroom too. I knew it was the very least I could do. I said good morning to all my friends. I even shared brand new crayons and pens. That was very kind. Then I saw Lisa. Her eyes still looked sad. I approached her slowly, still feeling bad. I'm sorry I teased you, I said, with bent head. Lisa gave me a smile. It's okay, she said. I realized that kindness is really super cool. So I was also kind when I got out of school. Outside, I waited my turn on the slide. And you know what? I felt good and happy inside. I was patient and kind, not angry at all. And I even found joy helping a boy find his ball. I picked up the rubbish, even though it wasn't mine. Kindness and doing good deeds made my heart shine. I love going shopping with my mom to buy food. Holding open doors put me in such a good mood. He really made a decision. And after we bought my favorite toy and a treat, Mom and I helped an old lady cross the street. Oh, Lucas. That was beautiful. I continued to be kind with joy and with glee, watching Dad fall asleep in front of the TV. He was sleeping on the sofa instead of his bed, so I covered him with a blanket and kissed his forehead. Aww, so sweet. I helped my little sister tie her shoelace. I was glad to see the big smile on her face. Being kind is amazing for everyone's sake, like giving your neighbor a yummy piece of cake. I like to help mine water his flowers. It really seems kindness has magical powers. I no longer do mean things like before. I don't tease others and I don't slam the door. I stopped being selfish and I share all my toys. I don't shout out loud or make too much noise. Kindness is something anyone can learn. Give to others and ask nothing in return. Helping others is simply the best thing to do. When you are kind, kindness comes back to you like a boomerang. That is so true. The end. Oh my goodness. I love this book. I love this book. I will be honest, I did not read this book before I read it with you all. But I love this book. You know why I love this book? I love this book because kindness wasn't just something Lucas had to do. He made a decision to do it. Being kind, you have to decide. You know what? I could do these mean things, or I could be rude, or I could be disrespectful. But no, I don't want to be that way. I want to be kind. So, Lucas decided, tomorrow I'm going to start being a kind person. I'm going to start being kind. And guess what? There are a whole lot of ways to be kind. And he found that out when he made that decision. What he also found out was being kind makes you feel so good. It really does. You feel great when you do nice things for other people. And even when you're not asking for anything else in return, you just want to do something nice. It makes you feel so good, okay? And he realized something else. When you are kind to others, kindness comes right back to you. Kindness is my superpower. It has magical powers. Kindness will help you to be a better person. When you make the decision that you want to be kind and you want to be nice to people and treat people well, it changes your mind and your thinking. And things that you did that were mean or rude or disrespectful, they just don't seem as much fun as being kind to other people. It's a superpower. Parent friends, teacher friends, get this book. Really, really good. Love this book. So glad I got to share it with you. All right, so have you filled a bucket today? Let's find out. You know what's funny? When you read this book, you might realize that you actually did fill a bucket today. We'll find out what it means to fill a bucket. This book is by Carol McLeod. Hello, Miss Brandy. So glad that you are here. Let's see, who is the publisher of this book? Oh, this might kind of be a self-published book too. This is a bucket philosophy book. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. And this is the 10th anniversary. Well, no, it's probably past the 10th anniversary because this was written in 2006. So in 2016, that would have been 10 years. And now we're at 2021. So that's 5 years. So it's 15 years since this book was written. Cool. Okay. Let's find out what it means to fill a bucket. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. Invisible. You can't see it. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have buckets. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Did you know that? Did you know? Let's find out what that invisible bucket is for. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. Oh, wow, that's what it's for. To hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full. You feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Okay. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. Other people can fill your bucket, and you can fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So, how do you fill a bucket? Oh, wow, they're going to tell you how. Okay. You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. Oh, there's a job. You can be a bucket filler. Okay. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things to make others feel special. When you treat others with kindness and respect, you fill their bucket. Oh, wow. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's bucket dipping. Yeah, you can be a bucket dipper. Doesn't seem like quite as fun a job, but you could be. Bullying is bucket dipping. When you hurt others, you dip into their bucket. You will dip into your own bucket too. Oh, so if you do something mean and you dip into someone else's bucket, kind of takes a little out of your bucket too. Many people who dip have an empty bucket. They may think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You will never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. Wow. No matter how much you dip into someone else's bucket by being mean or disrespectful or ignoring them, it never fills your bucket. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. Oh, so it works both ways. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. Oh, a challenge. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words fill their buckets with joy. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. Oh, people will let you know. The telltale sign of a filled bucket is a beautiful smile. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Oh yeah, remember that invisible bucket. Here's some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. People in wheelchairs, yeah, they got buckets. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. That would definitely fill her bucket. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or how old you are. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. Both buckets get filled. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places for all. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. Look at all that bucket filling going on. Bet you there's a lot of smiles in those places. So, why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. Remember, you got to make a decision. Decide. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that's you. Oh man. The end. This is such an awesome book. I love this book. I loved it from the first time I heard it. First time I heard it read, I was like, oh, I gotta have this book. I have to read this to other children. Because remember, you gotta make a decision. You have to decide. Just like kindness is my superpower, you have to make a decision to be kind. You have to make a decision to be a bucket filler. Like say, you know what? I'm not going to be a bucket dipper, making people feel bad, taking away their good feelings about themselves and about others. I'm going to be a bucket filler. Here's the trick. If at the end of your day, your bucket is empty and you are sad, more likely than not, you might not have been a bucket filler that day. Usually, you can be tired or you can be exhausted because you did a lot of stuff all day. But when you sit down and you think about your day and you have things to smile about, most likely you have been a bucket filler today. So, will you make a decision today to be a bucket filler? You can make that decision just like Lucas did in Kindness is My Superpower. You can go to bed tonight and say, tomorrow I will start being a bucket filler. I will be kind, say caring words, try to make people feel good about themselves, smile, say good morning, thank you, you're welcome. I'm going to be a bucket filler. Then at the end of your day, you can think to yourself, was I a bucket filler today? And when you can say yes, I guarantee you will have a smile on your face. This book is good for our young ones and older young ones, but I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It's good for us adults too. It's good for us. So, will you also be a bucket filler, my parent friends, teacher friends, adult friends? We need to be bucket fillers too. Okay? Great book. So glad I got to share it with you today. Now, my friends. We gotta change it. Because you know where we are. The Unteachables, okay? So, where did we end off? We are in chapter 27. Is it still chapter 27? Oh, this is a long one. One of the longer chapters. Oh, no. We're in chapter 28 with Mr. Kermit. So, Mr. Kermit kind of back to feeling like, I don't know if I want to be a teacher. Blah, blah. I started feeling good about it again, and then they snatched it away from me. So he has a few weeks to still be a teacher, but then he's reminiscing about how the Unteachables in class SCS 8 have changed for the better. And it kind of puts him in a funk because he's like, the school didn't do good by them either. Didn't do right by them. You know, Barnstorm, they let him do whatever he wanted until he couldn't play anymore. Elaine, everybody was afraid of her and nobody realized she was smart. Parker just had a reading problem and no one had helped him all this time. So he's feeling like he's in a bit of a funk. But he does not know that the students of SCS 8 have something up their sleeves. They are entering into the school science fair so that they can get 10 points on each of their scores and possibly get Mr. Kermit his job back. So, they've decided to do some type of magic with the car. But we have to find out what that is. I'm I didn't look. I just don't know. I wonder what they're going to do. All right. So, we are still in chapter 28 of The Unteachables. All right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I forgot. Miss Fountain came to Mr. Kermit's house 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. What for? What is she there for? Is she going to give up the goods on the kids? Or does her mother want to see Mr. Kermit? I don't know. Let's find out, okay? All right. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay. I pad barefoot to the door and peer through the peephole into the smiling face of Emma Fountain. What does she want at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning? She says, "Don't pretend you're not home, Mr. Kermit. I can hear you walking around in there." I open the door. "What brings you here so early?" "I've come to give you a ride to the science fair." "Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho!" she replies, as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. "I'm not going to the science fair," I tell her. "I'm not feeling very warm and fuzzy toward the school these days." "But you can't miss it," she pleads. "What about the kids?" "What kids?" "My kids? They won't be there. Nobody entered." She looks evasive. "That might not be exactly true." The coffee is getting cold. "Of course it's true. I'm their teacher. Don't you think I would have noticed if one of them was working on a science project?" "They did it as a group." I repeat, not possible. She drops the bombshell. "They've been working on it at the dealership." It strikes a chord. The frequent extended trips to Terra Nova Motors, Emma accompanying the kids so that I won't see what's going on. They've been doing this behind my back. It all fits, except for one gigantic question. "But why?" "They did it for you," she announces. "For me? Why in a million years would they think I'd want them to?" Then I remember the random district policy. 10 points added to the science fair scores for all winners. That would be enough to... They're trying to save my job? She beams. "Isn't it wonderful?" "No," I explode. "It means the kids blame themselves for what happened. How would they even know about the connection to their test results?" She studies the threadbare carpet. "You had no right to tell them that," I rave. "It's a gross violation of my privacy. Worse, it made them feel pressured to enter the science fair they had no chance of winning." "Don't be mad at them." "I'm not mad at them," I exclaim. "I'm mad at you. They could never do this on their own. You set this up. You and that Terra Nova dimwit. Jake loves you." "Yeah? Well, I tremble to see what would happen if he hated me." She puts on an expression I remember from Fiona. The "I'm not taking no for an answer" face. "Okay," Emma concedes, "so maybe we weren't totally upfront with you. But your kids are at school ready to present their project, and if you're not there to support them, you're never going to forgive yourself." She doesn't fight fair. "Pour yourself a cup of coffee," I said. "I'll get dressed." Surrender. Total and unconditional. I might as well get used to it. Jake is waiting outside in the Porsche. "Hi, Mr. Kermit. Long time no see." I scowl at him. He's a partner in this deception and deserves no better. Plus, with an entire car dealership at his disposal, he chose to bring this motorized roller skate. For the students, I remind myself, squeezing into the tiny back seat. All the way to school, Jake keeps up a steady stream of conversation, ignoring frantic signaling from Emma to keep his big mouth shut. How about those kids doing this project on their own, he enthuses. They're really something. I'm too angry to answer. It's also possible that I'm too contorted in the back seat to make any sound. I'm getting reacquainted with my knees, which are pressed up against my chest. When the Porsche reaches Greenwich Middle School, it takes two of them to drag me out of the car. A banner over the front entrance declares Greenwich Public Schools Science Fair District Championships. The parking lot is packed. The school halls bustle with students and parents. I forgot how popular the science fair is. I knew once, back when I cared about such things. Walking stiffly, zombie-like, after the tight car ride, I lumber inside, following Emma and Jake into the gym, which is the epicenter. The large space is filled with long tables and colorful displays stretch as far as the eye can see. Students stand like sentries in front of their projects, excited and nervous, ready to face the judges. It's been a rotten day so far, but as soon as I spot the kids from SCS 8, I feel the corners of my mouth turning upward. Even though I'm against this science fair idea 100%, I couldn't be more proud. My Unteachables did this for me. Okay, I won't be their teacher for long, but I'm their teacher today, and I intend to act like it. Seeing me, their faces light up, and I smile wider. I must be losing my mind. A real teacher would be chewing them out, not beaming at them. I beam anyway, because they look so thrilled with themselves. Kiana, Aldo, Barnstorm, Mateo, Raheem, and Elaine. I approach the group. Where's Parker? With his grandmother, Kiana supplies. You'll see him soon. Ah, the famous Grams. Some things never change. Well, let's have a look at this top secret project. I turn my attention to the display board behind them. The title is The Internal Combustion Engine. Obviously, the idea came from working at Terra Nova Motors. There are several fantastic drawings and diagrams done by Raheem. They're so professional that I wonder if the judges will believe it's real student work. Beyond that, my heart sinks a little. The project is pretty thin. There's an information booklet with a few pages that could have been copied from any automotive website. That's it. No working motor in a study that's supposed to be all about them. Not even a model one. I picture some of the other displays on the labyrinth of tables throughout the double gym. There's a miniature wind turbine and batteries that store the electricity it generates, a Foucault pendulum, a replica of the internal gyroscope that provides telemetry guidance for a ballistic missile. Everywhere, microscopes peer down at single-celled organisms. Geiger counters click, test tubes bubble, and static electricity jumps up Jacob's ladder. These projects come from the most talented science students in the entire district. But not just Greenwich Middle School. The internal combustion engine is a nice effort, but it doesn't come close to anything else here. This is like entering a grape into a competition against a 200-pound watermelon at the state fair. Anger surges inside me. Maybe Jake doesn't know any better, but surely Emma understands that that the internal combustion engine doesn't stand a chance of an ice cube in molten lava against the other projects here. I take in the proud, hopeful faces of the Unteachables. It goes without saying that they're about to finish dead last. They could very well be laughed out of the competition. The blow could destroy their confidence and undo most of the progress of the past weeks. The judges are at the very next table, practically chortling with glee as they watch a small robot shoot baskets at a Nerf hoop built into a giant crate that is the display. 2 men and a woman, the high school science teachers along with a professor from the local college. They make notes on their clipboards, but there's no mistaking the enjoyment on their faces. Not for long, I think, as the threesome approaches the internal combustion engine. The kids are so amped that you can almost hear a power hum emanating from them. I feel a little sick. I resolve then and there to make a big stink if the judges are unkind about the project. Why not? There's no downside. What can they do? Complain to Thaddeus and get me fired? To my relief, the 3 are respectful and professional. They're obviously not impressed, but they go through the motions of examining the display. They even come up with a few questions to ask. The college professor reads through the booklet and comes to the last page. I never made it that far. There are exactly 2 words written in large block capitals. Look outside. An arrow points toward the gym's corner exit, which opens out to the parking lot. The man frowns. What does this mean? Elaine's deep baritone supplies the answer. Maybe it means, look outside. This way, adds Barnstorm, thump swinging on his crutches toward the door. The judges follow, herded like cattle by the rest of the class. What's going on? I whisper to Emma. She smiles at me misty-eyed. That would spoil the surprise. Jake is grinning, which is almost worse than her kindergarten ways. I'm so not in the mood. I step out of the gym and look around, mystified. Nothing's there. Nothing but parked cars. Then an enormous roar cuts the air. An ear-splitting vroom, so loud that you feel it under your fingernails. All attention is wrenched away from the vehicles in the lot to the single car standing in the driveway, revving its enormous engine. It's an amazing sight. The paint job is bright red with flecks of silver that catch the sunlight and dazzle the eye. Emblazoned on the driver's door is the image of a leaping frog. Sparks fling from the animal's powerful back legs, spraying the full length of the chassis to the rear bumper. There's no hood, and the motor has been raised to full view, shiny and brand new. Twin tailpipes, gleaming chrome, slash down both sides of the car. Multicolored LED lights flash from every wheel rim. Stunned and speechless, all I can do is stare. Emma is clamped onto my arm, cutting off the circulation. What does this hot rod have to do with a middle school science fair entry? The judges are pop-eyed. "This is your project?" the woman from the high school breathes. The kids nod, tickled pink with themselves. "It's our working model," Kiana brags. Aldo leans into the gym and bellows, "In your face, losers!" "They built the engine from parts in my shop," Jake explains, his voice hoarse with pride. "My mechanics supervised, but the kids did all the work." "They did everything," Emma confirms. "One of them is even the driver." That's when I recognize Parker at the wheel, grinning so wide that his face was about to break. "Why is there an elderly woman with him?" the professor wants to know. "That's Grams," Kiana explains. "It's a long story." "They did a lot more than just put an engine in," Jake goes on. "You're looking at new tires, rims, glass, wipers, interior, and the bodywork. Remember, this car is 27 years old." I snap to attention. 27 years old. I can't believe I didn't see it before. Sure, it's all rebuilt and fancy and souped up, but the original shape is still there, hidden beneath the tailpipes and the chrome and the blinding paint job. It's God bless America. It's the Coco Nerd. Okay, so my friends, it is going to go into Fabulous Friday. I do believe that we are going to finish it on Fabulous Friday. Oh my goodness, they rebuilt his car. Okay, so they got him to come to the science fair. He didn't want to come. He was angry at first, like, why would you put my kids through this? But the kids rose to the occasion just for Mr. Kermit. And did you notice there's a frog on the side? Because remember, they called him Mr. Ribbit because he was so froggy and like mean and stuff. But we've been talking about kindness this whole broadcast. What kinder thing to do than for the students to enter the science fair to save their teacher's job and use his old beat up car as an homage to their teacher that they love so much. So glad I got to read that excerpt for you today. Thank you so much, my friends, my young ones, my older young ones, my parent friends, teacher friends, parent teacher friends, and all friends and family of Miss Hope's Reading Hour. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed our books. Hopefully tonight you will decide, I think I want to be a bucket filler. No, I'm going to be a bucket filler. And then tomorrow, you can do what you need to do to be a bucket filler. Make people feel good, be respectful, be kind, be caring, be nice. Give people a smile, an elbow bump if you want to, a fist bump, a wave. Just be kind and treat them the way that you would want to be treated. That is how you fill a bucket, how you're a bucket filler, and your bucket gets filled too. All right, my friends, with all of that being said, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Until then, my friends, have a good rest of your wonderful Wednesday. Have a thankful Thursday. Find something to be thankful for, and I'll see you right back here on Fabulous Friday on Miss Hope's Reading Hour. Until then,